Super Dave here with another Super Dave review. This is a Super Dave special review. Super Dave here with another exciting special review, and this time we're taking a look at a new company. It is entitled Heroic Signatures, and yes, finally we get him in. It is the Black Stone, the Battle of Black Stone Conan. Just take a look at this figure. He is looking so epic. Oh man, look at the awesome artwork. Now, this is based on the artwork of Roberto de los Torres. And his artwork is what this is patterned after, inspired to create this action figure. And there's a little impression mark there. It says Heroic Signature there. And then on this side, look at there. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah. Looking awesome right there. So good. And then, yes, there is a little write-up from the Namibian Chronicles. Not sure exactly what this is. And then a little saying there that talks about it. So if you'd like to pause and read any of that, you certainly can. All right. It's got a little window, little skylight on the back, on the top. Has just your legalese on the bottom. So let's go ahead and break open the Battle of Black Stone Conan from Heroic Signatures and come over here to Eternia, where He-Man and some of his allies are waiting for us to take a look at this Conan. And here we are on Eternia, getting ready to take a look along with He-Man and some of his allies and friends at none other than Heroic Signatures Battle for Black Stone Conan. And he is looking dynamic here. Just take a look at this Conan. He's looking so good. And let's first take a look at his accessories. And first of all, Conan comes with 4.5 sets of hands. He comes with these relaxed hands out of the box. He comes with these spread out hands showing full palms, finger spread. He also comes with a pair of fisted hands and weapon holding hands, and then one trigger or knife, or I guess possibly sword type wielding hand. I'm not sure what that is specifically for, but there it is. And then we also have a pair of bare feet. We come with 2 portraits, head portraits, out of the box. He comes with this grimacing, angry, looks like he's getting ready to go into the battle and swing some blade head with helmet, but that is removable. And then we also have a calm, stoic head, which looks really nice. And then you have another form of a helmet that comes complete with hair and even some leather that's springing out or hanging down around the bottom of it. And this set of hair and helmet are removable and are interswappable with this one. So you could put the hair and helmet on this face as well. So that gives at least, I'm counting 4 or 5 options of how you can make him look. As you see, he's got a tattered tank top looking shirt thing on that's gray with holes in it. It's just ripped up where he's been in battle. Comes with that necklace, but he also comes with a second shirt, as you see here, almost like a vest with a V-neck, and that's really neat looking. Even shows some of the abs there molded into the plastic. It's not soft goods, it is plastic, but it still looks good there. And then he has some weapons with him. And let's take a look at his feet right quick before we go to the weapons, because you can have him with boots as he comes out of the box with there, but these are removable so that you can install those bare feet as we mentioned. But now, as far as his weapons, he comes with 2 axes, one axe with like a wooden handle with blood on the splattered on the blade. Another axe that's clean, but both have dings and nicks and little, you know, places on it, but very realistic metal looking blades, metallic blades. This one has like a different style handle with like a silver loop at the bottom with a wrap, so that's interesting, and even a loop, like a wrist loop, and then a sword with the scabbard or sheath. And so that is nice. So he's got 3 weapons that he comes with. So there is all of our Conan's accessories, a pretty nice pack out of accessories. So now let's take a closer look at Conan, check out his different head options, as well as that shirt, which we could also make him bare-chested. So we'll check all of that out right now. All right, let's bring our Conan on in here to take a closer look. Let me adjust the brightness here for a second. The first thing I'm going to show you is that there is on his belt here, which there's a lot going on here. This kind of looks like a part that's been ripped as well. I don't know why it's not the same color as this. Almost looks like it should have ripped off of that. Not sure, but it's like a folded over piece of cloth that goes all the way around. And then you've got, of course, this loincloth here that's a furry one, kind of like He-Man, so he would fit in with Masters of the Universe very easily. But do you notice this little plastic loop on his belt? That is for this scabbard sheath to clip onto. So even though it's real thick, you can get that. You have to work at it a little bit because it is a tight fit. But you can get that to go right inside of that loop, and then there his sword fits right on his front, which I'm not sure that I like that a whole lot. I was going to see if by chance, with this shirt being a loose piece, you know, I don't know, I'm too used to He-Man. Yeah, you can clip it on back there too. I think I like that better. But anyway, you can see the option there. I'll go ahead and show you this sword while we're over here. And so you see it's got some nicks on it and some pretty good color. Gold hilt with some brown leather looking wrap. Alright, not much detail to the sheath, but it is wrapped there, so you can see that. And let's go ahead now and take a look at this head really closely. You see those eyes, they look like they're very well done overall here. Really nice detail to this helmet. Look at this hair. That hair looks so realistic, even though it's not movable. It's, you know, plastic. It just looks very layered and well shaded somehow. It's not just a, you know, solid black plastic piece. There's that necklace that he comes with. And so we're going to see how all this works. I'm not sure exactly how. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like you can snap off that shirt right there. Okay, so it must just come off one side and you pull it off. But yeah, that's really neat. You can see he's got these gauntlets on his wrists, and they feel like they're removable. There's a band that's loose right here around his bicep shoulder area, which I have seen Conan with it down here below the bicep, but in this case it's above the bicep. I'm not that crazy over this elbow piece. That was an instant turn off to me, or these big, it blends in okay, but there's a big hinge piece right there that kind of, I don't know, glares at you, especially if you go like that. This looks like a growth of some sort, so you got to keep it bent to really make it look good. And it looks like his biceps a little too short too. I don't know if they were supposed to, you know, trying to go with this, supposedly blending in, but it doesn't. And then this elbow piece just looks kind of weird. The tricep looks nice, shoulders look nice, but just overall I was just noticing that the musculature looks really good on this guy. His feet look good. Not sure that we needed toe hinge because mine were like this out of the package. I had to straighten them up, but you know, I don't know, different ones like that and some don't. It's got some nice vascularity throughout. You see the veins. Very nice paint work. All right, let's go ahead to this. Let's see how this works now. Yeah. See, there is a design here, like a peg mold part, which will allow this whole piece, the helmet, everything. That helmet is non-removable from the hair, but that just set that aside, and we can go ahead and pop the hair off of this, so you can have just your regular hair on that face sculpt, as you see. So that's cool. Or you can take the hair off and put this other style helmet that has hair on there as well, and that also looks good. So that's cool. And then of course you can do the same thing with the other portrait. But before I put on the other headpiece, while we've got the head removed, I want to go ahead and take off this shirt and just look at how he looks without the I'm gonna figure out how that's going to be removed. There we go. Just kind of slide it off just like you would a regular shirt, except it does have that one place that snaps off. We'll put the other shirt on here in a moment, but I just wanted to show you what he looked like bare-chested here. I don't think he's looking as good as our Frazetta Girls Conan, but we'll do a comparison in a little bit. One thing I have learned about these barbarians, all these barbarians we're getting, is we're getting a lot of jewelry. A lot of neat necklaces and stuff, but here you go again. Now let me go ahead and pop on the next head sculpt here. And as usual, the second head sculpt sometimes is a little difficult to pop on, but that head sculpt I think is my favorite. I really like that. It looks very serious and just looks good. I mean, the other one's fine, but it, you know, it's got kind of an ugly face on. But obviously, if you want him angry, that I'm glad to have the option. His back looks really good. The musculature there on his back looks excellent, and just throughout, it's like he's even got some cake. Ooh. He's not even wearing underwear. Come on now, Conan. I guess that is his underwear. It's just on the outside of his body, right? But no, let's go ahead and look at this head. We're going to go ahead and remove the hair, just like we could with the other. And we'll go ahead and pop on this helmeted hair. Got to get it to fit just right with the peg, and this one's being a little stubborn, but you can see how that looks. Okay, or you can have the other one, and yeah, it definitely has, you can see up there, it has that mold cut out. So you just got to line it up right somehow and get it to plug in. It's just tight. There we go. It's tight, but it's on there. And see, this one has like the leather pieces coming along outside the crown, but you still see hair whooping around underneath the leather pieces. See, like so. And you see, still see his ears. It's neat how they all fit really good. But yeah, looks pretty neat. I like both of them. I like both the helmets, actually. Looks pretty good. Alright, for the sake of articulation, I am going to just have his regular standard head and standard hair on there. But before we do articulation, let's go ahead and try on the other shirt. And so let's go ahead and unclip these little buckles here that are right there. Yep. And what we're going to just need to do, it may be easier if we do that with the head off. So let me go ahead and remove the head and the necklace. I'm going to put that in his sleeve first, like so. Wrap that around. Put the peg for his head down in there. Lift this back. Yeah, it's supposed to be pretty tight, so might be beneficial to warm it up first before trying to do this part. Maybe not the pegs, but maybe the little holes, but I think I'm going to get it. All right, looking really good. Put the necklace back on. Pop the head back on here. Give you an idea of how that looks. There you go. Really nice. I think that's my favorite one there, the shirt. Oh, you can even see his back muscles through the shirt. I love that. Very lean Conan, right? You see the striations in his shoulders, even in his triceps and his legs, and just looks really good. I like him. Really love the way the abs even bleed through. So you're not missing anything if you have the shirt on. That's cool. And you can even see his pectoral muscles kind of shaped. So this is a tight shirt that he's wearing with the sleeves torn out. But yeah, I like that. Really like that. And before we do articulation, let's go ahead and swap out one of the hands here. As we know, it's a ball joint. So that is good because that means you can do vertical or horizontal. Let's go ahead and get vertical going on here. And pop that in, and the peg is fairly thick. I don't think you're gonna have to worry about it breaking, being too fragile. Always have to worry about it a little bit when you're dealing with these nice figures, because when it breaks, that's it. It's always hard to get these hands on for some reason. That's the only downside. All right, what I wanted to show you is him holding a weapon. So let's go ahead and put the axe in his hand. Have him hold it like this right here. There you go. You see that? Really neat. Really cool. All right. So you pretty much have got a grasp of all the accessories and how to install stuff. So now let's look at our Conan's articulation. All right, bringing our Conan on in here to look at his articulation. I will mention that I've noticed, this shoulder looks good on this side, but for some reason it looks like there's a separation, and I've worked on it and tried to get it to go back in, and you don't notice it when the shirts are on, but yeah, it kind of looks like this may be a defect on mine where the shoulder is out some, and I'm not sure why. I know I pulled it up quite high to get that, trying to get that shirt off, but I don't think anything happened to it. But anyway, it's just, I just noticed now there's a gap and I can't get it to go back. And I didn't notice it before, but maybe it was there all along. I'm not sure. I'll have to go back and look at the video, I guess. But yeah, this one looks good. But anyway, I digress. Let me go ahead and remove the sword here off the front and show you his head articulation. His head's going to be able to look up that much. You see, of course, this is going to hit. And that's going to be the case even with the helmeted ones because they have hair too. Then he's going to be able to look down pretty good amount. He's going to be able to get good pivot. Pretty good pivot there. And so you get a really good full motion even with the hair. It doesn't hinder too bad. And of course side to side. That's cool. The arms will go full 360 on both sides. There is a butterfly joint that hinges out a good amount of distance, then hinges back in. There's not one in the front. It doesn't come out in the front, but it does in the back. Hinges forward. So you're going to be able to get some good, cross arm type, in front of you type poses with weapons and stuff. Looks really good. You can see it really gives him a broad shoulder look, almost too much. Push it in a little bit and get a broad shoulder. I don't like this gap, but this broad shoulder looks really good there. Of course, he will get T-pose, and you could probably get a little better if you lift it that way. There you go. T-pose. And there's no bicep swivel on this guy, but you do have it kind of built into the ball joint, kind of like what we saw with the Frazetta Girls. It's not as smooth though. It's a little bit hard to function, but it is present. So you see how where the bicep is now, then you see where it is, and that's without the butterfly joint. It moves from there to there. So not as quite as fluid as what we got with Frazetta Girl Conan with that same kind of system, but I think it functions pretty well, pretty good. Single jointed elbows, but they really get good range, as you can see there. And of course, with us, as I said, ball joint, so you get horizontal or vertical and swivel at all of these hands. Let's go on to the diaphragm. You're going to be able to crunch forward about that much. See the scarring there? Looks very realistic. We're going to be able to bend back about that much. You're going to be able to go side to side. Get those obliques. You will be able to turn a little bit, but you're not going to be able to swivel with that. Just kind of turn a little bit. And then the waist, you're going to be able to get your turning in very good. And it's a ball joint, so if you combine the two, you're going to be able to crunch forward a pretty good amount and bend back even better amount there when you combine both, and even get a little bit more of a swivel. So you get the whole hula hoop motion there, which looks really good. I like his abs. His abs look good. I still think chest wise and even diaphragm abs wise, I still think that I like our Norseman and Conan by Frazetta Girls better. But that was a hard bar to top, because in my opinion, the Norseman is my favorite. My second favorite action figure is that Conan, which we're going to do some comparisons in just a moment. All right, let's go ahead and look at the legs. He is going to get full splits. He is going to have a rotation built up inside of that joint. He's going to be able to kick up a really good amount. He has double jointed knees, which look good, and will go all the way back to touch his back there. And so yeah, those legs will go just about any direction, and it will even go back a really good amount there. Let's see. No, he's not going to have boot cut or foot cut, or foot rotation, but you will have, plenty of range up in there. I love those quads. They look really nice and tight and realistic there. But you do have the ability still to swivel there using the thigh. But let's see. He's going to be able to get full tiptoes. He's going to be able to go up pretty much all the way and get rockers, and has a peg hole in the bottom. Plus, you have that little toe hinge in the front, as we said. So that really looks good. And like I said, you can pop this foot off that forward-facing pin, slide the boot part off, and then you would easily be able to, you might need to heat it up. See, it even has an L in there for left. But you're going to easily just pop that forward-facing pin up in that hole, and then you could have a barefooted Conan if you wanted to, which I'm not going to do that, because I'm not probably going to ever do that on mine to my knowledge here. But other than that, it looks really good there. Awesome. So that's all the articulation. I don't think I missed anything. Let's see. I may have missed the rotation at the elbow. Yes, there is also, even though we don't have the bicep swivel, like I said, it is up inside of there, but you also have the swivel at the elbow. So I was about to miss that. But everything else, there's your articulation for your Battle for Blackstone Conan. And now, let's do some comparisons. And here is our first comparison with Frank Frazetta Girls Conan here, which is one of my favorite action figures. Second favorite to only the Norseman, which that's the Norseman body with a custom head back there with that beard. But yeah, this is an outstanding action figure. Matter of fact, the only thing I can see on just first glancing through these that maybe this one did better is, you see they did a better job putting the cephalic vein, bicep vein in the right place. Here they have it like way on the inside of the bicep, which is unrealistic. That is not where the cephalic vein goes. It's inward a little bit more. So yeah, but that's a small nitpick. But other than that, I think this guy takes the prize as far as my part in his articulation, his look. Just look at those pectoral muscles. I mean, I like where they break the diaphragm just up underneath the pectorals, and here they actually break up the ribs about, you know, a little bit below the pectorals, and it's more obvious here. It's hidden well here, I think, better here. And I even like this face better. Now, some would disagree. I like this face too, don't get me wrong, but I do like this one. I just like, you know, his necklace better, his earrings. Loin cloth, that's kind of a toss-up. Boots are fine on both. Weapons are fine. Of course, this one that we're looking at, the Roberto del Torre, he does come with, you know, the shirts, so that is cool. And but yeah, these are awesome. And then Super 7 had this comic book version of Conan. I'll just throw him in here. He's got the old articulation with the pins in the elbows and legs here, but just showing you, you know, different versions here. I do have an Arnold version of Conan by Super 7 and a King Conan. Might bring those in on here, but that's not really relevant to this particular style, I don't think. But here's the two that I really wanted to compare, and they look really good together. And you know, I don't know if it's, yeah, y'all can tell me in the comments, is the band supposed to be below the shoulder or below the bicep? This one came like this, so maybe that fell, or maybe it's in the wrong place. But I like it kind of in a way because it hides the joint. But yeah, I'm not sure. I can kind of see it going here because that's where you normally see men put like wraps or something right around there. But I don't know. You tell me. But there you have the comparison here. I do like the blood on the blade. That's a nice touch. And Super 7 did that with their sword, and I believe the spear too. That's cool. And very quickly here, I will show you the back here. The one on the left is again the Frank Frazetta art, and then this is the Roberto del Torre art, based on the art. And yeah, longer hair on the Frazetta Girls, and you can see the back muscles better on this new one here by Heroic Signature. And here's our Heroic Signature Conan Battle for Blackstone next to our Masterverse Revolution He-Man from the Netflix series. This was the battle armor that could have either the regular armor or the battle armor, and that is a Hordak MX head sculpt, the Mundo style Hordak MX custom head. And then again, Frazetta Girls, based on Frank Frazetta's art, the Norseman, but that's not the Norseman's head. I do have a custom head that has a beard here on this one, but I just love the look of this figure. His gauntlets, his loincloth, the belt stuff, even his furry boot type things here, his musculature, his skin tone, just everything about him. See, now this one, unlike Conan that Frazetta Girls, the company did, they did break it up here at the like in the ribs here, not below the pectorals like we saw in the Conan that we just compared, but it looks better executed here than it does here, in my opinion. It's just more obvious right here in this one for whatever reason. But yeah, you could fit this in with your Masterverse figures. Wish I had that movie He-Man to compare it to. I'm not sure. I think based on what I've seen others reviewing him, the Chronicles, new movie He-Man Chronicles, I think that this Conan's going to be a little taller than even him, because the reviews I've seen, the Masterverse He-Man here is quite a bit taller than that version. But there you go, give you an idea there. These really match good together. And here's our Conan Battle for Blackstone next to our Savage Crucibles warrior with ball and chain. He's holding his sword instead of his ball and chain. That's the helmeted head. That's non-removable helmet. Then here is Savage Crucible's Who-Man. And this is with his stoic face, with his almost gladiator style garb. But yeah, they all fit in good together here. They could definitely battle it out with this Conan. And from Frank Frazetta, again, Frazetta Girls, we have Dark Wolf from the Fire and Ice movie, looking awesome here next to this Conan. They definitely fit in well together. And then here is a McFarlane special edition, like Barbarian Batman. And he's tall here because of that cowl he's wearing. But yeah, he definitely, you could definitely match them up if you wanted to as well. And then from X-Ray Studios, we have our Gold Hilder here looking awesome. And then you have another gladiator style figure from X-Ray Studios, a male figure here, female and male. And you can see that they would match in. You could definitely fit this group in together on your shelf. Looks awesome. And thank you so much for joining us for this Super Dave review. It has been fun reviewing this Conan, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, and comment if you have something to say, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time. Be blessed. Here's some photos in the photo gallery.